The following is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Last time on Dragon Ball Arcade, we left off at the 24th Tenkaichi Budokai, with Raditz taking the W. Jackie Chun wasn't really needed since Raditz beat that lesson into them on day one. No matter how strong you are, always assume that there's a bigger fish in the sea waiting to consume you. Never become complacent by thinking you're the strongest there is. All his students know of the existence of aliens, so they'd assume if there was no one on Earth that could challenge them, there was definitely someone beyond the stars just lying in wait. I almost chose to skip the Red Ribbon arc, but its later significance is far too important, so here we go. The Wukong School is doing some Battle Royale gravity training, and it's kinda intense. Now, our crew made a point to have at least one Dragon Ball in possession. Raz was thinking about just going to get it himself, but then he had a thought. This is a good opportunity for the kids to grow. He's not wrong on that one. The first trip for the Dragon Balls helped them grow. Going for this one ball should be fine. Raditz tosses Kaka the Scouter, and, well, it's been modified to track him down Dragon Balls. Let's make a fun mission out of this. Go after the farthest one away. Bulma and I will also go looking for one. We really only need one ball in our possession, but a wish sounds nice. Krillin and Launch haven't exactly mastered flight yet. Both of them are close, but neither have made the push necessary to get there. So when our crew take off in their haste, "Hey, get back here! Krillin and I can't fly, remember?" The adults had already dipped, but the kids were a little embarrassed that they forgot something so simple. Launch pointed to the patio table to reveal a box filled with capsules and a note of sorts written in Bulma's handwriting. They opened the letter and a hologram came out. Come on, guys. Did you really think I was going to have Bulma write a letter? I figured you guys would get all gung-ho once Raditz let out his little speech. Since Krillin and Launch can't fly yet, I've included a capsule plane and various other essentials. Like Raditz said, enjoy the journey and take a few weeks. Sensei basically just put you in self-study mode. So have fun, but don't get lazy on your training. Oh, and Yamcha. There's a good amount of Yamcha key blasted the projector. Kaka was blushing a bit. Launch had a bit of a sneezing fit, but she still has something to say to Kaka. Well, I'll pee. I didn't think that Little Miss would be so daring. Kaka got even redder. We're not doing that, Launch. We've gone on a few dates, that's all. Launch gave a knowing smile to her senior. Maybe, but you like him, don't you? Yamcha and Krillin were walking to their room to get a few weeks' worth of things, and the girls were going to do the same, so the boys didn't hear the conversation. Bra had a bit of a sour look on her face, however, but the others didn't really notice that look. While Raditz and Bulma are actually doing a journey, they are also celebrating their anniversary, and everyone knows it. Their relationship originally began with the promise of a grand adventure. However, I should probably go over a few of the life changes made by said wish, Those changes really are only Bulma and Raditz are aware of them. But since Bulma was the only one that went with Raditz, they didn't have any constraints and flew a good way to their target. The goal was to train a bit, and they found a way to do that. Between Bulma and Raditz, the two managed to make a wearable gravity field manipulator. Now, they could do gravity training outside the chamber. Of course, it wasn't as strong as the chamber. The best these puppies could do was about 2.5 to 3 times Earth's gravity. But hey, that ain't bad for a proof of concept model now, is it? Full disclosure, I do not remember the exact location of every Dragon Ball in this arc. And truthfully, I don't need them, since this is, well, doesn't have to be canon. Since, I mean, look at those ridiculous key levels, man. Bulma and Raditz landed near what happened to be Jingle Village. I'm sure some of you know where I'm going with this, but let's do it, shall we? Bulma and Raditz had some lights, in their minds anyway. If a normal person had seen the carnage they had wrought in the nearby tundra, they'd run in fear of those monsters. Remember, they have power levels that have no business being in the series of Dragon Ball, but once again, let's go further in, shall we? Our couple took on a small break for a hot shower that may have been a little longer than it needed to be, if you catch my drift. But according to their scouters, the Dragon Ball was in their vicinity and the nearby village. Of course, our couple is dressed for the occasion and would blend it in well, if not for their tails, that is. They're not wearing anything with the Capsule Corp logo on it just to be safe. Their actions might lead to them making some untold enemy. The whole team is waiting for Pilaf to show his ugly mug again. They scoured the world for him, but he went dark. Like, next level dark. It doesn't help that their power levels are so low that the scouters wouldn't pick him up, and you can forget about remotely sensing that key from anywhere. But I digress. As our couple make their way into the village, they are met with the sight of a bunch of thugs with semi-automatics and clearly oppressed villagers. The first thing they did was look for a bunny motif, but confirmed the emblem. It can't be the Red Ribbon Army. When did they become such a serious force? You know them, Raditz? Raditz put 2 and 2 together and informed his wife of a few subtle changes caused by her wish. It would seem that Short Stack Red will put on momentum. One of his science department people tried to snipe me from you. They sent a hot little number to talk to me about his dream for the world. I'm taking over here to tell you a few things. There was a point in time where Bulma and Raditz were on a hard break, and a certain someone that's in this picture attempted to bring him on board no matter what she had to do. I'll let that one marinate for a minute. Bulma was feeling tension in her husband's words. Alright, spit it out. Raditz further explained that he developed feelings for a researcher that currently works for the Red Ribbon Army. He almost left Bulma for her, but the way he was carrying himself, it was clear to Bulma that that was the case. Bulma knew that Raditz wouldn't lie to her. Ever. So she left well enough alone on that. We're gonna help them, aren't we, Raditz? Raditz smiled, considering the way that they can move rather quickly. They knock out all the soldiers in sight with either brute force or ki blasts, and they instruct the villagers to hide. They pick up two separate sources of strong ki and split up. Raditz saw Muscle's power and began his ascent. I'd love to give you some epic fight scenes, but I just can't. There's nothing really but goons here. Well, and Ader, that is. After confirming that he is a gentle soul, Raditz rendered assistance in removing the bomb from his body and allowed him to leave safely. I laid waste to this tower, Ader. If you make me regret this decision, you won't have time to regret yours. Am I clear? It's crystal clear. Raditz let the scientists run, but the soldiers got their asses handed to them on a silver platter and then some. Of course, he didn't really go too far, since he was going to throw them to the wolves after he was done. We'll see how tough you are without your guns. Bulma, on the flip side, ran into General White and on his way back to the tower, and wanted to make a point of fighting purely on martial arts prowess. But she wouldn't use ki blasts, like I said. Unless, of course, he did. White gave as good as he got. Bulma was wide open, and White took the chance to hit her with a haymaker and a follow-through with a few more furious jabs. But on the last jab, he was thrown to the ground and suffered a direct hit. She meant to immobilize him, but she accidentally made a killing blow. For some odd reason, though, she wasn't very upset about it. Must be the Saiyan in her. He was a bad guy and would most likely continue to do bad guy things after all. But she got way too into that fight near the end. The full moon must be coming. As Bulma lets her guard down, Tao sneaks up behind her and snaps her neck. Now, a bullet wouldn't even scratch our Saiyan family, so long as their guard is up. And let's be honest, the Dodon Ray wasn't going to cut it either. But even for a Z fighter, a snapped neck is a death sentence. Raditz witnesses this and time stops for a moment as he sees the lifeless body of his wife laying in the snow. The crew hasn't met Korin and definitely hasn't met Yajirobe, so no senzu beans for a miracle cure. Yeah, Raditz can't pull a Namek Gohan on this one. Bulma is gone. She died as soon as Raditz really turned the corner. Overcome with rage and sorrow, Raditz's power level surges. 7,000. 7,500. Over 8,000! Tao definitely felt that power behind him from feeling such an immense power. He just froze. I'm about 80% certain that Canon Tao doesn't have ki sense. But this guy's version of Tao, we're gonna say he can at least sense ki that's right there, right on him. That much power. Yeah, he can sense that. He can feel that. It's like, he's not gonna bother. He's not gonna run. Tao was paralyzed with fear as the large individual came forth with clear murderous intent. Now, it's been a while since I've killed someone, but if ever there was someone deserving of death by my hand, it's the man who killed my wife like a coward. Now, if you had faced her in honorable combat and she died that way, I might have been merciful. But you're gonna die a dog's death. In a flash, Tao's face is in Raditz's hand. Remember that Hulk versus Loki scene in the Avengers? You know, the whole puny god thing. Yeah, ramp that up to 11. And he kept on beating on him in a way that wouldn't kill him until he was good and ready to die. Kill me. Raditz looked at Tao in disgust. Apologize to my wife for killing her in such a dishonorable way. Then, and only then, do you have my permission to die. I'll save you the pathetic whimper, but yes, he does kill him as soon as the words leave his mouth. Raditz slings Tao in the air and uses a double Sunday. He is vaporized. The villagers that saw the event were horrified, but knew he wouldn't harm them. Raditz grabbed Bulma gently and wept for a few moments. He then made a phone call to the others. Launch answers. "What's up, Master Raditz?" "Put me on speaker." Launch doesn't question it after hearing him so serious. "Everyone, it's with a heavy heart that I must say that Bulma, she's not with us anymore. She's been murdered. I have avenged her, but we are now all in on our search for the Dragon Balls. I want you to gather all the Dragon Balls while I go to war with the Red Ribbon Army. They're the ones who hired the maniac that killed her, and they will pay dearly, since I'm certain they're up to no good. If they get in your way and they try to kill you, kill them first. Otherwise, subdue only." Raditz had the 1-star ball in his hands, and Launch had the 6-star ball. The Dragon team was now all in on their search, as Raditz said, since now it's a race against time. Will they make it in time? See you next time on Dragon Ball RK. If you liked that, let's get a United States smash on that like button. If you're not subscribed, consider going full cowling with that subscribe button. And let's go plus ultra with the notifications. Ring that bell, baby. Rest easy, Deadites. And remember, the night is ours.